I have a fun story from just outside Chicago. Long Grove, Illinois. The Robert Parker Coffin Road Bridge in Long Grove was constructed in 1906, and it's one of 2 remaining covered bridges of its kind in the Chicago area. The bridge was seriously damaged in 2018 when an overweight box truck plowed into the structure. And now, after nearly 2 years of renovation, the bridge finally reopened on Friday to much fanfare and celebration. Townsfolk paraded over the bridge on foot, bicycles, and even a couple on ride-on lawnmowers. So that's a cool. Then around noon the next day, a bus plowed into the bridge and became wedged underneath the bridge's newly restored cover. Air had to be let out of the tires before a wrecking truck could pull the bus out. So this is a covered bridge like Beetlejuice, you know, like in a fucking.
What?
Have you seen Beetlejuice before?
No.
Oh, okay. There's your problem right there. Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis die at the beginning by driving off of a covered bridge. It's a covered bridge, and so this bus just fucking was like, dude, fuck it, and just drove right into it the day after it reopened.
Dude, that's awesome. I thought you were gonna stop right before that. You're like, yeah, this bridge was rebuilt, and
Isn't
then I
that
thought
cool?
that like,
I was about to say, Rivers, this is the boringest fucking news story we ever talked about. But do you really think the guy said, fuck it, I'm going to run into this?
Well, it's a lady, and yes. Apparently the GPS warned the driver that she could not proceed with that type of vehicle that she was driving, sheriff's deputy said via email. But the occupants of the bus convinced her to proceed, which she did, and then struck the bridge. And so it was a school bus, but it was being chartered out by, and this is exactly what the thing says, adult golfers.
Okay.
So it wanted you to know that there were no kids on board. These were adult golfers who you have to assume were shit-faced, right?
Well, of course, she was driving. She's like, oh, shit, I don't think I can make it past this bridge. They're like, come on, you got to, man. We got it.
Yeah, they just played 18 holes. They're hammered.
Well, it happened at noon, so one assumes they were on the way to the golf course, but that does not mean these men were not intoxicated.
They could have
They
like
were
a
very
7 a.m.
drunk.
tea time.
That's true. Yeah.
I think she did it on purpose. She's like, if these, I'm gonna fucking ram into this bridge, so they'll stop fucking verbally harassing
I want
me.
them all to just fall forward and hit their face on the seat in front of them.
The adult golfers who were on the bus said that wooden pieces from the bridge were falling into the bus. There were 2 skylights on the bus, and both of those broke, and that's probably where the debris came in. No injuries were reported, and motorists were still able to drive through the bridge after they pulled the bus out. So this is another quote from Long Grove Village President Bill Jacob. He says, there are some folks taking bets on when the first person is going to hit it, but no one thought it would happen that quick, right? Jacob said the school bus was chartered for a golfing expedition, transporting golfers. Unbelievable. I got a text at noon. I was cutting my grass and said, you're not going to believe this, but you got to come down. There's a bus stuck in the bridge. So that's Chicago.
We're waiting for the song to come in, huh?
Which one? That Toddlin' Town by Sinatra?
No, I thought you clicked it and it was
This
just
is
like
Frank
lagging
Sinatra.
or something.
Oh, no. I was, holding for effect.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Corona 71, what's up?
71.
happening?
Wow. Thanks for joining us.
We did it.
I've been on 71 episodes.
Isn't it
Yeah.
wild?
It's crazy.
So good.
That's not depressing in the slightest.
No, not at all.
We are doing a giveaway for the 71st episode.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Oh, that's actually perfect.
Yeah.
What we got?
We have one free small Slurpee. And then we have one free 7-Eleven select pegged candy bag.
Okay.
That's where they fuck you in the ass and then give you candy.
Yeah, I don't know what pegged candy bag means.
Okay.
Maybe one that fits on a peg. I don't know. I found out 7-Eleven had playing cards and bought some, and they came with these 2 coupons.
Oh, shit. I never answered your text about that. I'm so sorry.
You fucker. I had to get coupons.
I was asleep when you sent it,
It's
so I woke up
fine.
in the morning and Sam texted me. He was like, do you have playing cards? And I never answered him, gave him I was asleep, sorry. But the truth is, I have so many fucking packs of playing cards.
Oh,
and
dude.
I'm very, very sorry about
Well,
that.
now I have a Slurpee brand pack of playing cards where every ace has a Slurpee fact on it.
Well, let's hear some facts.
They've sold enough Slurpees to match the amount of people on the planet.
Okay. All right.
Free Slurpee Day is on July 11th.
Yeah.
Well, I already knew
because
that.
that's the day 7-Eleven came into business.
Yeah, and it's 7-Eleven.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I got to take a walk, guys.
Yeah.
I gotta...
7-Eleven was, it was revolutionary for its time because that was actually the times in which it was open.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like back in the day when it opened, like there was not a lot of 24-hour options. So to have a place that was open from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. was like, holy shit.
The Slurpee was based off accidentally leaving Coke in the freezer.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And, God, what's the other one? There's one more. I can't remember the spade fact.
How about this? Whoever tweets at us at the Goods Pod with their funniest Slurpee fact.
Oh, yeah, or story.
Yeah, or okay. Yeah, all right.
Or just 7-Eleven experience. I think that because one of these isn't a Slurpee, it's just a bag of candy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if you have a good 7-Eleven experience or story.
Okay, yeah.
I think most people do. 7-Eleven is a magical place.
Everybody's been there a lot of times.
I was there right before I was here.
That's true.
They don't got them where I'm from. They don't got
the fuck?
They don't got 7-Eleven in the Deep South, man. In Deep South, it's all about Circle K, baby.
Oh yeah, Circle K is my
they have
shit.
some of those in Texas, but
Yeah,
not a lot.
We got them out here, but yeah, the Circle K's out here are severely lacking, in my opinion. I have thoughts.
You're bougie about the Circle K. All right, what's wrong with them?
Oh, nothing. I'm just being fun.
Dude, we had Quick Trip in Texas. Did they have those in
QT.
Austin?
No,
Dude,
they didn't.
QT is
QT.
my fucking shit. It's like if 7-Eleven got its act together.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, what does that mean?
it's usually
7-Eleven
clean.
would grow up and quit fucking around, and then 7-Eleven's like, I don't want your life.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I get
What were
it.
you saying?
But yeah, if you have or maybe just then we shouldn't just limit it to 7-Eleven if they don't have those everywhere. If
Well,
you
that's
just have a good convenience store story.
Yeah. What's the weirdest shit that's ever happened to you at a convenience store, or the funniest shit that's ever happened to you at a convenience store?
Or the most horrible.
Or horrible.
We have a depressing story.
Yeah.
My father was stabbed. to
Yeah,
death.
well, I watched the first 48, and you'd see there's bad stuff that happens.
We're
at
gonna get a
gas
tweet
stations.
like, I don't know, but I robbed a bunch of them.
No, we'd read that in a YouTube comment though.
Dude, one time I was in Colorado for a comedy festival, and me and my friend went to this gas station. We were like, hey, do you know any where are some good restaurants in town? And they're like, Applebee's? And we're like, no, like where are some local restaurants? We're like, Domino's, I think's open. And they're like, no, what's something that's not like a chain restaurant? I swear to God, the person goes, I don't know, we're just gas station people.
Dude, shout out to all my Wawa people in Pennsylvania, baby.
I live
I was
off
just
chili
like, all
cheese
right.
Fritos and hope.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's like where my grandparents live, man. The closest grocery store is like 25 minutes away.
That's how it was growing up for me, yeah.
So the gas station had like a small, like a meat, like a butcher and shit in it. Like it was like a really small grocery store.
Some places, like the corner store, is like where you need. Well, it's not even a corner store because it's just the only store in town. Where it's like no bigger than a 7-Eleven, but like you get all your shit there.
How much fucking Hunt's Brothers pizza have you eaten?
Dude, the trick with the Hunt's Brothers pizza.
All right, tell us.
Reheat it in a skillet.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
You got to get the Supreme with extra cheese.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like all the shit that comes on the Supreme, you can just pick it off. It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's just the best value. They put the most shit on it.
Okay, if you don't know what Hunt's Brothers Pizza is, it's like this disgusting pizza they sell in gas stations in a bag.
Yeah,
Like imagine like a bakery bag that has like the clear plastic in the middle. It's just a nasty, dirty piece of pizza shoved in one of those. And then put under a heat lamp for Lord knows how long.
Right.
And then eaten by people like Rivers and Daniel.
Yeah.
Well, my dad would get them for me when he came to visit, so they're special.
There's I was
so
gonna
to
say,
me,
dude,
I'm like, they're great.
anyone who's like, lived out in the country for any given amount of time, yeah, even if it's just if you spend a couple nights out there, you're
You've eaten
eventually gonna end up eating Hunt's Brothers pizza.
My local corner store, the Bluebonnet Market, remodeled and then started carrying Hunt's Brothers pizza.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I tried it and it was bad.
I think you just had a bad day. 'Cause
No.
there's been times
They
where I've
just
had
don't
it where
give
it
a
was
fuck.
genuinely really good.
They don't give a fuck about Hunt's Brothers pizza. And also, like River said, there's some places like back in the day would have real restaurants. If you went to this corner store like half a mile away, they made pizza in the store and it was fucking delicious.
Dude, I worked at one of those gas stations. It was like I do a bit about this, but I worked there for 5 days, and then I was like, I got an offer for another job. I was like, see ya. Like, got out.
Fuck that.
Yeah, like it was like kind of like out on the highway in the middle of nowhere, and they just had what they refer to in the South as a deli, which just means a fucking deep fryer. Just fucking put egg rolls, chicken, fucking corn dogs, like whatever you could stick in hot oil, and they call
crazy
that
ass grocery stores have similar things.
Which is the type of deli I prefer, quite honestly.
Yeah. But I worked. I was working the register, and the woman working. I worked with a woman named Dorothy, and then the woman who worked the deep fryer's name was Myrtis. And Dorothy and Myrtis put together were probably about 150 years older than I was at the time. I mean, they were old as well.
Well, there's a sitcom right there.
Really,
Dorothy and Murtis?
yeah, Dorothy and Myrtis. And Myrtis,
the gas station people.
Myrtis never
I'll start writing this down.
Myrtis never said words. She would just communicate with either or like that. And but yeah, there'd be a goddamn line out the door of construction guys getting fried chicken and shit for lunch there. But you'd have to stand, even if you're not working the fryer, you're standing 5 feet away from it at a register, and so you just come home smelling like the damn fryer. But yeah, they call that a deli where I'm from.
Yeah, fucking what is that
hot
chicken
deli.
place
Hot
that's
deli.
in most gas
Chester's.
stations? Chester's Chicken. I fuck with Chester's
They
Chicken.
got Chester's out
I'm not
here, man.
familiar.
Do they?
They
I'm
do,
not
yeah.
familiar.
Ooh, I'm about to take a trip.
Yeah, dude. Beautiful Van Nuys right next to where my once and future workplace is or was. I don't know. I don't actually know what's going on over there. I haven't haven't been back since March. But yeah, out there's a gas station out there. I believe it's a Circle K. Actually,
Dude, I'll
It's a
risk
loop
getting
back
stabbed for some fucking Chester's.
All right, man.
Some of those places like that actually every once in a while will have pretty good food, especially if you're like out in the middle of nowhere and that is the only thing in that town. Like, dude, stop by for breakfast and get you a sausage biscuit. My God.
People take pride in those
Hell
restaurants.
Dude, a
Absolutely.
Zaxby's in a small town, can't fucking touch it.
Christ,
Oh my
Zaxby's. Man,
What is Zaxby's?
it's very similar to Raising Cane's or
Okay.
Guthrie's. It's five
Yeah.
5 chicken fingers, a handful of French fries, and coleslaw and toast.
Yeah, but they got like milkshakes too, Like they mix it up. Zaxby's is a little more diverse than
true.
Raising Cane's.
That's right, because Zaxby's has the expanded menu.
Cane's is the superior chicken.
yeah.
Zaxby's the superior menu.
And they got wings too.
God, do they?
The wings
They
are,
sure do.
The wings are where it's at.
I
the
miss
damn
the South
Zaxby's.
sometimes. I miss the food in the South and nothing else.
Yeah.
They've got Raising Cane's out here now.
I didn't know that until I was going to San Diego for a show, and we passed it, and I made my friend who I was going. I was like, "We got to stop right now!"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And he watched me eat a whole caniac combo. in one
Maniacs,
sitting.
baby. Yeah, I've gone a couple times. It's open crazy late too. They're open at like 3 a.m. and shit.
Dude,
so
let me know next time you go.
I'll give you a knock. Usually when I get through editing the podcast, the thought crosses my mind. I've only done it once.
How late are they open?
3 a.m.
No,
That's crazy
Still,
late.
they're probably
Fucking-
not still.
Yes, they are.
Whoa.
At least on the weekends, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's fucking wild. Like I think it's
Okay.
1 o'clock during the week and then 3 on like Friday and Saturday.
Wow.
And what's crazy is they always have a crazy line like going around the goddamn building, and there are no shit. Like people listen to this, it might not believe me, but I'm not kidding. There are like 5 menu items. There is chicken, fries, coleslaw, toast, and drinks.
And only chicken strips. They have chicken sandwich, which is just 3 chicken strips on
a
bun.
bread. Yeah, they don't have. It's like the lowest overhead of any restaurant. It's fucking genius,
and it's magical. It's delicious every single time.
I've never had a good experience at Raising Cane's. Yeah,
you have been hurt by every good eating establishment.
It's because Austin doesn't have. Austin got a Raising Cane's real late. They put it down on the UT campus. It fucking sucked. Drunk like rich preppy kids from in the middle of nowhere were like, dude, Raising Cane's, and they're like, here's some soggy fries and some, they're just churning it out like it's disgusting.
Yeah, there's no heart in it.
Yeah, it's like fucking hot deli food from a gas station, but worse.
The only thing about that place that kind of, irks me a little bit, and I have to assume it's some sort of reaction to the kind of like Chick-fil-A thing where they're always like, it's my pleasure to serve you today. Like they always use that word pleasure a lot.
Yeah, it was just super weird considering how Christian they are.
Yeah, but Raising Cane's, I think they encourage their drive-through people to say weird shit to you. I'm not kidding, because you like pull up and they're like, have a chicky, good day. Welcome to Raising Cane's. Like, I'm not fucking, I'm just like, are you just trying to fuck with drunk people in your drive-thru? Like,
they always just say, what can I do for you today?
What the fuck? You're going to the ones where the drive-through people have like guns to their head.
Yeah, and
they
Downey
just have a fucking script in front of them.
Chicky.
I swear they did.
Sir, chicky.
I'm a fucking go there tonight and film it happening so people will believe me.
Okay.
I promise this happened to me.
Well, we'll come with you.
Yeah. Seriously, though.
Actually, let's all just roll.
Because I actually do kind of want to go to Raising Cane's.
I'll give it a shot since you guys are talking it up so much.
I mean, it's simple. It's simple food.
I don't care about that. I just want it to be good. I just want the chicken tenders to come out crispy. I want the fries to come out. They don't season their fries.
The fries are a little soggy. I'll give you that. They're not
fries
super crispy.
fucking suck, and they're crinkle cut, which is already like, what am I at? School cafeteria.
Oh, no, but you see, Sam, the crinkle cut is to better absorb the secret sauce.
The secret sauce is the only good thing.
Yeah,
that's like
that's what they're doing you a favor. By giving you a crinkle cut fry.
You gotta get a bunch of extra sauce.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's the scam because they charge you like 75 cents a sauce. Like one thing of sauce, that's a chicken strip and a couple fries. You know,
the way I like to lay it on. I like to drown it. You gotta drown it.
Got to.
Hey, it's a chicken picking kind of day. What combo are you picking?
I have a story. This is from New Haven, Connecticut. This comes from Boing Boing. If anybody remembers that blog from back in the day. Administrators welcome students this week to Yale University, and they tell them to, quote, emotionally prepare for death.
What? Is this something they do every year?
Welcome to
Dude,
Yale.
just quit.
Emotionally prepare for death. The head of college and psychology professor, Laurie Santos, plainly told them that COVID-19 may kill them this semester and that life will look more like a hospital than a college.
What?
Pandemic aside, I kind of like this approach. Like, I think college students should be like, hey, you're gonna die one day. Every soul has a debt that will one day be paid.
But you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's just that Johnny Cat, you can run on for a long time. They just play that. Tell them the God's gonna cut you down. Also, related news, Notre Dame started in-person classes a week ago. Yesterday, it was reported that 146 students have tested positive for COVID and that in-person classes would come to an end effective immediately.
After 1 week. They couldn't make it a week. Like, I figured it would at least take a month or two before they'd be like, all right, we can't do this anymore.
Well, that's if you're lucky. That's if you go to that, because the thing is, like, Notre Dame's like an expensive private school. They can't be killing rich kids.
No.
You gotta think about the onset of COVID too. It's only like 4 to 6 days you start to notice symptoms. So that's 5 days. About makes sense.
Yeah. Just for a sense of perspective, by the way, so 146 students tested positive. That is exactly the same number of new cases in the entire province of Ontario, Canada.
Damn.
Yeah, God, we're fucked.
Shout out to Nick Nemiroff, who
Made the right choice.
bailed back to Canada in a great decision.
He'll be doing comedy again by the end of the year.
He's doing comedy
That piece-
actively. He was
that
just on
piece
like
of shit.
Canadian TV.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it! I wish he wasn't so funny because then I could blame him.
I'm glad about how funny he is.
No, I really like that guy. That guy's the best.
But yeah, Canada's doing good.
Yeah.
Nick Nemiroff, good job going there. Good job in general, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow Nick on Twitter.
The last somewhat related story is really just I just wanted to shout out the Daily Tar Heel, which is the UNC Chapel Hill official student newspaper. They ran with the editorial headline, UNC has a clusterfuck on its hands. So,
I like it. I
Shut
love
up.
the word clusterfuck. I use it all the time.
Use clusterfuck in any scenario. It just makes it sound more fun.
yeah. Plus, just any newspaper, I'll show you guys what this looks like, and I'll put it on our Twitter. Just any newspaper with that official of a headline, and then the word clusterfuck underneath
That's
it.
how you know college students
Looks
run
like-
that paper.
Looks
Fucking
like
awesome.
Truman just ended the war.
Yeah. Dewey defeats Truman. UNC has clusterfuck on hands. Yeah. So it's going great. The last thing I wanted to play here regarding this comes from a Milwaukee school board meeting, and the funny part is, after what you're about to hear, they decided to go ahead and have in-person classes in Milwaukee, despite the
They
fact
did.
that the people arguing for it said this.
6 foot distance and masks are a pagan ritual of satanic worshipers.
Tuesday, this parent
So, yeah, if you didn't hear that, masks are a pagan ritual for satanic worshipers.
It finally got there.
Oh, yeah.
If we finally made it, it's finally come full circle. And the Illuminati will be.
Well, there's
to blame for
people,
everything.
people started blaming Satan for stuff publicly in America in the late 80s, and that's just never gone away in
Yeah.
some areas.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's not where I go to get my information about things.
No. And
I'll tell you that much.
And there's this other guy, too.
Get the students back in school 5 days a week. It can be done. We're Americans. We're not a bunch of wimps.
There we go. So
Again, the men who think they're gonna fucking out masculine fucking COVID. Such a goddamn.
That guy's gonna die tomorrow.
Well, I hate how that's such a common thread through all the COVID deniers. Is they're just being like, "Fuck it, dude. I'm not a pussy.
Yeah.
If I get COVID, I'll be fucking fine, and you will be too. God damn it."
Dude, there's a comic I know who moved to Florida because they were so lenient on COVID stuff.
What?
And he made a post about how stupid masks were. And then it's
He's
somewhere in the comments.
dead?
No.
Okay.
He's doing better than ever.
Wow.
Which pisses me off.
Lord.
He made a post in one of the comments. He was literally whenever I walk into a store and I'm the only person without a mask, I feel like Neo from the Matrix. It's dude.
Cool. What a cool dude.
Sick Simmeroff is this guy's name.
He pretty much is the exact opposite.
Dear Lord. Well, Daniel is the newest neighbor here at Disgraceland. So, did you move to LA a month ago, or you just moved in here a month ago?
I just moved in here a month ago.
okay, gotcha.
September 1st, I'll be in LA for 2 years.
No shit. Okay, right on.
And then,
You're so close.
I'm so close.
Hell yeah, dude.
Which is why I should move out to tomorrow. I should move back to Texas.
Couldn't make it 2 years.
So and you guys knew each other from Texas? at
No.
all?
Not at all.
Oh, no shit.
I
Right
talked
on.
to Sam 4 times at open mics,
Yeah, we've
maybe.
seen each other at comedy stuff.
Gotcha.
We rode the bus together once.
Oh yeah, that
and
is
then
true.
I saw that
And
he
it
had
crashed
a room
into
open.
crashed into a bridge.
Crashed into the improv Sunday night open mic.
Hell yeah.
Boy,
is
was it a wreck.
So what people listening to this show kind of know that the living situation over here it ain't the Ritz as they say but
When I saw the shanty town outside, I was like, "Ooh, I'm moving on up." I
Yeah.
like George
where did
Jefferson.
you live before?
In Lamar Park. Which is it was a fine neighborhood. Like I feel more in danger in Hollywood than I did there. It's just I take the bus and train everywhere, so it sucked ass having to take 2 transfers, get home at 2:30 every single night.
And by the way, for the our Freakazoid listeners, Leimert Park is where they found the Black Dahlia's body.
That's right.
Yeah, so there you go.
That's where they almost found my body. If I lived there for another 2 months, I had 9 roommates. And
Yeah, that sounds insane.
what?
9 roommates.
In a how many bedroom house?
it was a 9-bedroom house. Like it was really big.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
It was like a frat house for 30-year-olds who have given up on their dreams.
Okay, right on. Hell yeah.
That's like this place.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's just double size this.
No, this is like a quarter of a sad.
Oh yeah, tell him about your one guy who likes metal.
Oh,
Listen to this story, Rivers.
I can't wait for whatever this is.
I had a roommate, and this house was like a rent-a-room situation, and this guy had lived there the longest, and no one's quite sure how old he is. He told one person he was 27, and then he told another person he was 36, so I'm guessing he's about 42.
Yeah, definitely.
And because he had lived in the house so long, I guess he felt like it was his house. And also, his goal was to bring back hair metal. Like
Single-handedly?
No, I mean his drumming, because he's so much like John Bonham that he thinks that he can really bring something to the table.
Oh no! So he had a drum set in the house.
But he didn't use the whole drum set. Instead, he just set up his kick drum and hit his sticks on a little pad, which was fine, except it was right next to my room. So I would be trying to do my podcast. That's because he wasn't even that good. Like that's the thing.
He was
like
learning.
if he was killing it, that'd be awesome. But like if you're in your 40s and can't figure out fucking hair metal, which is
well, that's such a specific genre to want to bring back. You know he's got to be at least 40. There's nobody under fucking 30 who's thinking hair metal's a genre that should be revived, let alone is actively telling people they're going to do it. But that's LA for you. Everybody says they're going to do something all the fucking time.
Yeah, everyone's
and they're
got
just
big
crazy.
ideas.
They're just crazy.
But then it makes me think like, oh man, am I like him? Like,
Yes, you are. We all are.
Yeah, is stand-up comedy as outmoded and 80s as hair metal?
I mean, when I was in Dallas, absolutely.
Yeah, certain parts of the country, man. They're still
You get used to it. You're like, old white Southern people like it when I do a black guy voice. So I guess that's my act for the next 2 years.
They love that, and they love to be rocked like a hurricane.
Yeah.
Those are the things.
Dallas has a bunch of cover bands.
They sure do.
People in Dallas love cover bands.
Hell yeah, dude.
So what's the craziest thing you've experienced so far in living in this place for about a month? Because there's been several things at this point.
There's been
an earthquake
There was
that
an
happened.
explosion over the weekend?
Yeah, there's an explosion. There's a water main burst.
A mos-
Was that before or after the earthquake? That had to have been after.
think
it was right. It was like
after.
the day after.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So I think it caused that.
Of
maybe.
course. Yeah,
Sam and I went and tried to figure out the source of the explosion, and we were unable to figure it out.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Explosion out of thin air. Fire. I think it might have just been some car on the other side of the freeway or something over
Yeah.
there that they just hauled off.
Or maybe it was Michael Winslow doing an outdoor show.
Maybe.
He still got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the craziest thing would probably be whenever the shantytown directly next to us was just in flames, and
It wasn't, though.
It was. I thought it was.
No.
What was on fire then?
That's what we were saying.
We were trying to
There's
figure it out.
nothing. There's nothing that looks like it's been on fire.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what was on fire.
just smoke billowing across the street, and I was like, "Should we go?" And Sam was like, not worried in the slightest. And I was,
Yeah.
like, getting my shoes on. Like, are we supposed to leave right now? And he was just like,
And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I'm just so used to crazy stuff happening all the time.
Oh yeah, all the the palm trees between the freeway and our apartment building, like, were on fire over the winter.
"Hell yeah!"
And it set off the fire alarm inside the building, and it was a very similar situation where Carter, who's now lived here for just about a year, woke everyone up and was like, "Guys, there's a fire,
Dude.
And we were all just like,
Shut up, Carter.
Just let me burn."
Like the 5th day I was here, the fucking fire alarm started going off in the building.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
was
that's
like,
another thing that happens here all the time. Yeah, you came downstairs and you're like, oh, shit, we got to get out of here. And me and Kyler are just like, ugh.
I've never lived in an apartment building, let alone in the middle of a big old city. So
Yeah.
it's like all of this is new to me.
The crazy shit about the fire alarm is like anytime I cook anything, the fire alarm goes off. And
He's talking about the one for the entire building.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
You just got to, put the pillow over your head and try to suffocate yourself.
Yeah. But that makes me feel better though, because I made the fire alarm go off once or twice already.
Right.
Just from
Well, that's what I'm
cooking.
saying. Is like every time I cook, fire alarm goes off, and all you got to do is walk over to it with the dish towel and just fucking fan it, right? But there's somebody in this building that just cooks and just lets it fucking run.
I hear that all the
It's
fucking
incredible.
time.
They
Like-
probably got their headphones in, just jamming.
I have my headphones in. I'm always like, I can hear it. It's a fire alarm.
You're not rocking out hard enough, brother.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You really could get used to about any noise.
Yeah, you drown it out pretty quick. At my
Yeah.
last place, we had roosters next door.
Oh,
They
that's
would-
great.
They would start cockadoodling every day at like
fuck.
6, 7 a.m. And
That's
like I got
obnoxious.
used to it after like a couple days. But then my fucking roommate called animal control on them and had them taken away. And,
Oh, no.
and then he got confused why everyone was mad at him.
Nah, I side with that guy. Having
dude.
roosters in the middle of the city is a fucking
Yeah.
dick move.
But you're trying to make more chickens so you can make eggs and eat the chickens.
You don't
and-
need that to make eggs.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you need more chickens because eventually the chickens you have get old.
Yeah, you just need one rooster to make a
Yeah.
I
shit
grew
fuck
up
ton
with
of eggs.
that exactly. I grew up with a lot of chickens, so I'm very pro chicken.
Well, yeah, I mean, my grandparents had chickens, and the roosters would just hang out in the window of the guest bedroom where I always stayed. And it says I'm just like PTSD with the roosters. I'm like, fuck them, but
Yeah.
kill them all.
Fuck a rooster.
What is it worth?
Have you gotten used to the screaming here? Because it doesn't have a consistent time it happens.
Like just the screaming from the streets. Or
Yeah.
Just-
oh yeah. I've just about like sometimes I'll be like, am I fucking hearing voices right now? And I'll just look out.
You are.
Luckily, I'm right by the patio, so like if it's outside, I can just look outside and be like, oh, it's just crackheads.
Oh,
Like,
you know what's funny is y'all get the screaming from outside. You know,
yeah, you get the indoor.
I get the screaming from inside.
You get the domestic disputes. I get the funny ones.
Yeah,
Like-
well, no, but the ones around here, you can't tell what the what is the emotion behind the screaming. It's just screaming. And now I'm worried that, because I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts, and there's always a guy who's like, yeah, I mean, I heard the screaming, but I just didn't think to call the cops. And it's like, and then that error left someone dead, and now I'm worried like I'm that
How
guy.
can you not tell the tone of a scream?
'Cause sometimes it's just like,
Maybe
it's-
they're just yelling from upstairs to downstairs.
That's what I mean. It's just
Yeah.
it's just loud and it comes through the walls.
Some people just yell.
That's
Yeah.
what I
Like
mean.
me and my older mates just used to scream at each other all day, like not even angrily. Like we just played a lot of Smash Bros.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, video games will do that.
Oh yeah, they'll make me a monster.
They're angry makers.
Yeah,
You still haven't seen any truly wild shit.
not really. Nothing too crazy's popped off. Nothing that's maybe like maybe I should get out of here. Like
Yeah.
it's already just an upgrade from living with 9 people.
Yeah,
Like,
and a guy with a kick drum and a fucking ad.
And a rooster. next
Yeah.
A rooster.
and 5 35-year-olds who still insist that cocaine is okay to do on a daily basis.
Ugh, Jesus. No
That-
wonder hair metal has to come back.
Yeah.
He's
that-
sober. That guy is stone cold sober.
Ugh.
oh,
he
so
doesn't-
He's like he's like Striper. He's
Yeah.
like Jesus hair metal.
Yeah,
Fucking to hell with the devil and shit.
Goodness gracious. I don't like any of this.
no, he can still rock down to some like the newest he would get is Alice in Chains.
Ooh.
Like that was
Hell yeah, dude.
that- which is a good band. I was like, okay.
And what is their famous song?
And there is
The fucking rooster, baby. He was inspired.
it's all
you know?
connected.
Yeah, it's all connected. Oh my god. By the way, speaking of domestic stuff.
Oh boy, this is about to get fun.
Pinellas County, Florida. Sunday night around 1:15 a.m., Pinellas County Sheriff's Office deputies were called to a domestic dispute on the high seas near Rooker Island, located in the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Tarpon Springs. The victim said that he and his wife, 48-year-old Heather Smith, were on their cabin cruiser boat when they got into an argument for an unknown reason. After the fight, as the man was sleeping, his wife opened up the front port hatch that's located directly above the boat's interior cabin and urinated on her husband down below, according to the affidavit.
Nice.
Deputies said that after she pissed on him, Smith jumped down and bit the victim on the stomach.
Damn, baby, he's covered in your own piss.
That's what I mean. I'm like, ugh, gross. You bite him on the stomach before you piss on him. What are you talking about? They said that the injuries observed on the victim were consistent with the allegation, and Smith was arrested on domestic battery.
You should just hit him with a blast in the face.
Yeah, just one
Fire
punch.
hose.
Like,
Fire hose style.
Yeah, but I mean, once you start, you can't
also, how does
stop
that
and
make
then
the news?
bite someone.
I've been trying to get a goddamn Voyage LA article for the past 2 years.
Ooh.
Well, you got to do it on a
Sad.
boat.
I'm kidding.
You got to piss on them while they're on a boat. That's the difference here. It's a crime on the seas.
You guys have any boats?
No, I wish. If I had
man.
a boat, man, you think I'd be here right now?
It'd be funny. You're like, yeah, it's actually just downstairs.
Yeah, it turns out a lot of people have boats. Since the COVID thing started, like you go through Instagram and you're like, damn, his folks have a boat.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
people are like, this is something I can do that's safe.
Yeah,
And I just
yeah.
go out into the water by myself and 4 friends.
There's a lot of undercover wealth that was discovered
Oh,
during
yes.
this whole thing.
Very
Like,
much so.
a lot of especially comics, just because those are the only people I know.
Right.
Who are like, you talk to them and like, ah, man, I'm just fucking struggling to get by. Then as soon as this happened, they're like, I'm at my parents' beach house for the next 3 months,
Yeah.
hunkered in. And it's like,
God, that would fucking rule.
that would be so great, dude.
I mean, not casting aspersions, I would do that in a second, but my God.
With your parents?
My parents would have to get together for that to
Okay.
happen, but I wouldn't go with either parent.
Yeah.
People keep asking me why I don't go back to Texas. I'm like, because I'd rather be in LA without comedy or anything than in Texas with my family for any reason.
Right. Yeah.
I will ride this out till it burns to the ground.
Yeah.
As it's doing at 130 degrees
My
outside.
God.
Guys
yeah.
want to go to Death Valley?
Oof. After Raising Cane's.
You fellas want to go to Vegas?
Yeah.
Is Vegas open again?
Sort of, I think.
Yeah.
They were for a minute, and I had friends who wanted to go. I was like, are you out of your fucking minds?
People are so stupid.
And then I thought about going, and I was like, no, it's a bad idea.
That's the scariest part, that people are just like, they said it's okay now, and knowing it's not okay are just going to go anyways because they're so fucking cooped up and bored to do anything.
Well, I just looked it up. Vegas area bars might open again at midnight on Thursday. Yay! That was from-
Dude, guess what? Friday's my birthday.
Is that true?
No. That'd be such a fucking dumbass thing to say.
You don't even drink. We just go there and just
Go
order
there,
soda.
dude. You got video poker. I don't drink alcohol. Let's do this.
Oh, this is a headline from ProPublica, so I guess they are open. Cell phone data shows how Las Vegas is gambling with lives across the country.
Yeah, flights are cheap. People who go there are not smart anyways. They're going there
Yeah.
to lose money.
I read a thing that they said that on Labor Day, it's estimated that 6 million people are going to fly to Florida.
Jesus
There have been
Christ.
6 million plane tickets purchased to go to
Florida.
fucking Disney World, basically, and shit like that.
shit.
Because that's like the one place
Is it
where shit's
discounted
open.
right now?
Yeah, it's cheap as shit to go anywhere.
Oh, I just meant Disney World.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's limited capacity and shit like that.
Yeah,
but-
see that if it weren't for the fact that you'll almost definitely die if you go, half capacity Disneyland or Disney World does sound pretty awesome.
Of course, yeah. if not for-
I would go to that in a fucking
Yeah,
heartbeat.
the lines are the
Like,
worst part.
Yeah, it would just be guaranteed half lines. Like the rides though have to be half capacity, so it might still be the same way. You know,
They
who
depend
knows?
on they depend on the lines though, because if there's like half lines, you'd go through the whole park in half a fucking day,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then you wouldn't spend all your money on concessions and bullshit.
The,
Yeah.
the only time I've ever gone to Disney was over Christmas, because that was the cheapest time to go.
Really?
Yeah, like back in the 90s and shit. So that was when my parents could afford to take me. And it was dope because I remember one day it was freezing cold. It was pissing down rain. And my parents were like, this is going to be great. And we went, and it was the shit because there was no one. And I just remember getting on Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is the best ride Space Mountain's cool too. But
Space Mountain's the shit.
I was always a big Thunder Mountain guy. And I get on Thunder Mountain, and then we just go. And there was no one in the line. So we just get back. And it's just me and my mom and my dad are like the only people on the train. And they're just like, just want to go again? We're like, yep. And they just kept pulling the fucking lever.
I had the same thing happen at Six Flags in St. Louis. Like, one day it was raining, and we just rode every ride like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And every time I go to a theme park, I just hope that's the case again.
It's the best. We probably rode the thing like 6 times. It's just the best. So that's
do some drugs, go on a fucking roller coaster.
Get COVID. It's going to be great.
Dude, it's great. And it sucks because I just went to Disneyland for the first time in like September.
Oh, wow.
And like I took some acid, and it was like just the most fun I've ever had. And I was like, dude, I can't wait to do that again in the summer, like once I have some more money. And then fucking COVID happened.
Dude, it was funny because a couple years ago, some friends of mine went to Six Flags at like the beginning of May. It was, and I remember it was like they went on Cinco de Mayo was just like in the middle of the week, and so they were like, yeah, we went on Cinco de Mayo, and there was no one there. And I was like, "Oh shit!" So that's the time to go to Six Flags. Is like not
any
even
party weekend, like when people are at the beach and shit.
Right. And so I was thinking like at the beginning of the year, I was like, "Oh man, yeah, it'd be a good time to go to Six Flags." I still haven't been, to Magic Mountain out here.
Yeah, I want to go to this. I think Six Flags is more fun than Disneyland, just because the ride it has more rides. Right, I like rides, man. You know?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Dude, once COVID's done, next Memorial Day, let's fucking
or
hit
2022 maybe.
Yeah.
There's no next Memorial Day. Next Memorial Day will be to remember all the people that died.
Right.
Of COVID.
So I've got 2 things that were sent in by listeners that I wanted to read, and they are both remembrances of family members. One of which is from our friend Ben in Austin. One of his relatives passed away, and I was going to say something about it. And then the second one comes to us also from Texas, actually. Our friend Brody Trotter in Nacogdoches sent me something with his extremely... I'm going to just call him Epic Grandpa because you'll see where I'm going with this. But the first one, we wanted to shout out and say fare thee well to Johnny Lamone. Ben says Johnny was a huge part of our family and Austin's family and a very big figure in Austin. The mayor and one of the congressmen both commented on his passing. He was a neighborhood leader and social worker in East Austin's community outreach program. This is from the Austin American Statesman. Johnny served on the Tejano Music Commission. Quote, my Uncle Johnny's passion was to make sure that Tejano music had its place in Texas and in the live music capital of the world. It's a true Texas-originated music. He also worked with people organized in defense of Earth to try to shut down a oil tank farm in East Austin that was poisoning residents.
Yeah.
So, for decades he worked for Meals on Wheels, Big Brothers and Big Sisters. He was also an advocate for affordable housing, and each Christmas he decorated half of his street for the holidays and encouraged his neighbors to decorate the other half. And families from all over East Austin visited what Lonnie Lamone called a mini trail of lights. Johnny Lamone also played Santa at Santa's Casa, a little house that he built out of old political signs. Spanish-speaking children were especially delighted to be greeted by a bilingual Santa who handed out candy canes and hot chocolate.
Dude, this guy's like Hispanic Jesus.
He's fucking
like, he is literally a better person than Gandhi.
Telling you, man. Like we said, thinking about Ben and Austin and his family and everything. And sorry to hear about your relative. And but he sounded like a cool guy.
Yeah.
And
rest in power.
Rest in power, man. And this one comes to us from this is from East Texas, from Nacogdoches. Am I saying that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Nacogdoches. This is our friend at Brody Trotter sent this to me, and this shit is so fucking wild. My grandfather, this is from Brody. My grandfather, Michael Tarpley, just passed away at the age of 76 this week. Michael was born on April 17th, 1944 in Nacogdoches, Texas. And here are some of the highlights from his incredible life. So when he was in school, his dad abandoned the family, and he worked and hunted for food to take care of his mom and 4 siblings. He married my grandmother in May of 1965, and they recently celebrated their 54th wedding anniversary. He worked on oil pipelines all over the country and had stories of getting stranded in a swamp and having to walk back in the middle of the night, waist deep in muck. He also nearly drowned under a barge he was working on, and when he ran out of air, he couldn't find his way out. And another time, he threw 3 people off of the barge for annoying him. And when they went to the boss of the job, he said that he wasn't going to go back there because he didn't want to get wet. So... later in life, he had a 3-year-old and a set of twins, and in June of 1970, he flipped a tractor over and snapped his arm. He got up and walked to the house to get a ride to the hospital, where he received no pain meds and ended up losing his right hand and having a mechanical hook that he would slide onto his arm.
Fuck yes.
With a cable over his shoulder.
Dude, he's
to
like
operate
the
it.
drummer from Def Leppard.
Yeah, dude. Many people said he could outwork them with only his one hand. The preacher at the funeral told the story of him riding his horse, and his hook got caught on something as the horse was walking away, so he was stretched out until he was able to unclip the hook before getting pulled off the horse. So he continued for 50 years or so, working one-handed and always taking care of older people. He would go by the shut-in people's houses about every other week and see if they needed anything fixed or done that they couldn't do themselves. A lot of cutting trees, limbs, moving furniture around, because a couple in their 90s really wanted a table in the other room and couldn't move it for themselves. Brody says, we also carried firewood, stacked it for them all winter so they wouldn't get cold. He was attacked by bees twice in the last 5 years. The first was the worst, and Granny and the nurse counted 150 some odd stingers before they lost count, pulling
What
them
did
out.
he say to them?
This guy's like a cat. He's got 9 fucking
telling you, man.
lives.
In the last few years of his life, he was flipped by a cow, resulting in a broken back, and he bounced his bulldozer so hard that he busted his head open while he was in a neck brace from the aforementioned broken back.
And then he got shot 9 times.
He broke his ankle and had 1 or 2 more injuries, and it always ended the same way. Quote, well, when I can start back driving, running the bulldozers, and working cows, or when can I start back driving and working cows? What finally took him out was as he was closing a gate on a cow, the cow decided to jump the gate. So all the force hit the gate, hit him in the chest, caused internal bleeding. He managed to hang on and started getting better. And then his blood pressure began to drop and they couldn't get it back up. So everyone says that he died doing exactly what he wanted, working with cows. Granny always said that if the hearse came out and had to load him up out of the pasture, that would have been fine with him. So that's...
Yeah, I mean, with a dude like that, living such fucking hardcore working man life, like, it'd be such a bummer. Well, not bummer. I mean, it's a bummer that he passed. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry for your loss. But, it'd be, it's a lot cooler. Like, yeah, he got fucking hit by a cow. Then,
Yeah.
he died peacefully in his sleep.
Yeah.
He died exactly how he planned on dying.
Yeah,
he went out on his own terms.
At 76, too, doing more physical activity the week of his death than I've done in 5 years.
Probably my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good to hear about a guy with a hook for a hand who's not evil.
Right. Yeah. The hooked community has been, maligned for far too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Finally.
a disinformation you guys have.
Yeah. So once again, shout out to Brody Trotter and shout out to our friend Ben in Austin. Thinking about y'all and all that.
You guys
but,
have some cool ass grandpas.
I was gonna say,
man.
y'all have some cool relatives, man. That's dope.
You lucked out. A lot of times, grandpas can be kind of shitty just by default, just because most people who were adults during segregation have some weird ideas about stuff. Whether
Daniel
they mean
hates
to
his
or
family
not.
so much. This is the second time he's brought up that he hates his family in an hour-long podcast.
You guys got any
No.
any other fun stuff?
At the contest.
Hell yeah!
you have a-
we didn't even say. Yeah. So all right. It's funniest convenience store.
No, I think it's a Slurpee tip / Slurpee fact / Slurpee story / 7-Eleven story, and then it became a convenience store story
Right,
in general.
right.
And all of those are still acceptable.
Okay, yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
can win with the Slurpee fact if it's better than all the
If
stories.
it's a good Slurpee
If
fact.
it's
Yeah.
funny, yeah. But yeah, we'll send you those, and if you want some more stickers, I'll send you some stickers, and I'll send you a signed copy of Chris Jericho's book.
Whoa.
We got to get that out of here before before Jericho goes full MAGA.
Oh, is he already headed that way?
Oh, he interviewed Trump Jr.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I know, and he was at Sturgis.
No.
And I listened to his podcast this week, and he doesn't sound great voice-wise. So I'm like, uh-oh.
Quarantine has not been well to most famous people.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you. I did make a Naruto, That Suicide My Man drop.
I would just rip it from the episode.
Yeah. This is, so next time someone cancels themselves.
This is suicide, my man.
I love that. You did great work with that one.
I know. So that's what I did yesterday. Work on that.
I like this. The music.
Yeah, the music makes it.
That's a Fiesta by Ween. Is the-
Hell yeah.
the music.
Good job, Ween.
Let's hear it again.
This is suicide, my man.
That's gonna be a good drop.
Yeah, yeah.
I can tell you guys about a suicide I pulled last night.
Uh-oh.
I was telling Sam about this earlier. So I for the past month or two, I put some money into cryptocurrency, and it's been going up a little. It's been going up a little bit, but I was like, I should probably pull out before I lose any money.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're aware of this, Rivers, but on the internet, there are many casinos where you can gamble with Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, well, I've got all this Bitcoin here. Maybe I'll take them to the tables real quick. And have a, maybe see if I can get a couple more extra dollars. And so that Bitcoin very quickly turned into 0 Bitcoin. 0.000.
Yeah, that's how gambling works.
And as it turns out, because I the last time I gambled, I won a lot, and then I put it all in the crypto. I was like, I guess I'm incredible at this. I guess like there was a point where I was like, I might become a professional blackjack player. That might be what happens.
It's too much confidence, man.
Exactly, because that's what winning will do to you.
Absolutely. Every time.
This is suicide, my man.
It's true.
It really was.
If you're up at 5 a.m. playing blackjack for crypto, what is that, Rivers?
No?
What do we call that around here?
Oh, well, Sam, we call that,
This is suicide, my man.
Yeah.
oh, Lord. Well, do y'all want to hear a jam of the day today?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yes.
Yes.
So, I decided with this one because we've really put far too much emphasis, I think, on worldly music.
Okay.
Music of the flesh.
Yeah.
Music of sin.
Yeah, that kind of bothered me yesterday, honestly. I didn't want to say anything, but I was
Yeah.
like, I don't like all this secularism.
Yeah, so I decided that for today, we should actually do some gospel music.
Fuck yes.
This is Boom by P.O.D.
Watch out! I'm banging my head real hard.
Yeah. So yes, payable on death. This is. I haven't. It's funny because he says something about like the big SD, meaning San Diego. But it sounds like he says, I'm going to flash my big ass D. And it's like, that is not Christian, sir. Sir,
That's not how slang worked back then. You can't fault him for that now.
Yeah, that's a very new thing. D used to just be the letter D.
I know.
Dallas, the big D.
The crazy thing, going through the big D. I don't
D-Town
mean
stand
Dallas. But, oh, by the way, I have a question. I don't know if y'all will know this because I have been looking on Google for fucking hours trying to figure this out.
I'll probably know it.
So he says, boom, here comes the boom, here comes the boys from, and I used to think he was saying the South, right? Meaning San Diego, I guess, but because that's where they're from. But according to the lyrics, he's saying the boys from the LaSalle. LASAL.
What's that mean?
Well, that's the fucking
LaSalle.
thing. If someone can tweet at me and tell me, I looked for like a solid hour, like while I was culling comments, I was trying to figure out, and I have no idea. The only thing I can find is that in southern Utah, there is a mountain range called the La Salle Mountains, but they're from San Diego. So
Maybe that's a neighborhood in
A
San
lot
Diego?
of the time, those lyrics are algorithm, like the
Yeah.
robots write them, so
Oh,
they'll
some-
get them wrong.
Oh, so maybe
Yeah.
he is saying from the South.
Probably so, meaning like Southern California.
That would probably make more sense.
Yeah. How you like me now? Anyway.
How do you like me now?
Yeah.
Mom? No, I'm
Mom.
kidding. I just keep bringing up my family.
Your mom's like, "Oh, this is fine. This is a Christian metal band."
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they swear in like the first sentence of the song?
No, I don't think they swear at all.
No, they
Oh,
don't.
shit.
They are good Christians.
Your mom's gonna let you buy this album.
Yeah.
Finally.
This album, by the way, Satellite. Does anybody want to guess what day it came out?
9/11.
9/11. Yes. Boom.
A lot
Here
of
comes
albums
the
came out on
boom.
9/11. So did Jay-Z's The Blueprint.
Oh yeah, because it
Yeah.
happened on Tuesday.
That's right.
And that's when albums used to drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The soundtrack for Glitter by Mariah Carey.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's one that still gets spins
wow.
for me.
Yeah. The Coast is Never Clear by Beulah. One of
Everybody,
my favorite
Twin River's
records.
your favorite 9/11
Yeah.
album.
Yeah. What is it? God Hates Us All by Slayer came out.
Oh, wow.
Fucking
That's
yeah.
fun.
That was a big release day. I mean, September's usually the month where most big albums get released.
Yeah, dude.
Oh really?
Yeah, well, because you put out the single at the beginning of the summer, building
Yes.
momentum to the release date. Yeah,
So between September and December.
yeah. So
Good to know.
Little inside basis. Whenever
right.
you start your solo career.
Interesting.
so let's get into the comments from P.O.D.'s again 2001 song. Tommy Harrison from a year ago. If the 1990s had a theme song. Fully came out 2 years after the 90s were over, but sure.
Well, 2001 might as well have still been the 90s.
Well, that's you know what
I agree.
He says that, and truthfully, 9/11 is the day the 90s ended. Really, like that whole like end of history fucking thing. Like all of a sudden, it was like boom. Little did we
Yeah.
know that Fred Durst would set a course of events by filming a video on top of the World Trade Center in 2001. The video for Rollin'.
That was on top of the World
Uh-huh.
Trade Center, wasn't it?
that was that summer.
I haven't seen that music video in so long ago.
That was the and if you recall, the version that was played on the radio was called the Air Assault Vehicle, as opposed to the one with I believe
They knew, man. Fred Durst knew.
Fred Durst. Yeah, dude.
Fred Durst,
Check that.
Cheney.
Check
Give-
the Epstein logs.
Give
He's
me-
on there.
Give me something to break. And Osama said, "Okay, I'll break your empire."
What'd you guys do on 9/11?
I was
Went to school.
I was in Mr. Norton's biology class, and then I successfully argued to get the TV turned on for every class I was in because all my I think my German teacher and my history teacher were both like, "Okay, well we have to focus," and I was just like, "This is important. We should be watching."
They
TV.
made
Kind of something going on right
They
now?
made a rule that they weren't allowed to turn on the TVs in any class.
Wait, you guys stayed in school the whole day?
Yeah, dude.
My stepbrothers had to get sent home like early.
They tried to just be like, because school's just babysitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, well, something happened across the country. You fucking leave your job. Come deal with your fucking kids.
Yeah.
I don't remember 9/11 per se. Like, I didn't register as 9/11 because I was like 5.
Uh-huh.
But I remember waking up one day and my stepdad's dad was watching TV in my room, yelling about how we need to hide in the mountains because they're gonna hit us next. And I wasn't quite sure. Then years later, I was like, oh, that was probably 9/11. That was probably.
Yeah. It was definitely something like that.
Daryl Williams from 4 weeks ago. This would be stuck in my head whenever I fought against bigger and stronger guys. Even though I knew I wouldn't win the fight, this song would always prevent me from bitching out.
Whoa.
Hell yeah, dude.
This is
Hell yeah, dude.
This is the COVID dad saying we're not wimps.
I know.
We may get our ass kicked, but I don't care.
This song rocks so hard. The uplifting
It makes me,
lyrics.
this song rocks so hard it makes me get in fights and get the fuck beat out of me. I love this song, man.
And I love this screen name, A.M. Wood from 6 years
Hell
ago.
yeah.
But this is just mystifying. When I first heard this, I thought it was Ice Cube singing. It does sound like him in the chorus. No, it doesn't.
Go to the chorus right now. Go there right fucking now.
What? That doesn't sound
He's
like.
definitely saying the South,
Yeah,
too.
that's definitely
Okay.
the South.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna have to buy the CD and read the lyrics.
It's so sad when it isn't in there. And they fucking screwed you of the lyric sheet.
Area's Derek from 1 year ago. I'm negative 15, so I still haven't been born. But when I do, I'll know that this is a good song.
Dude, agreed.
Dude, you sound awesome.
I want to hang out with that guy.
Hang out with Area's Derek. Time Specs from a year ago. This is before P.O.D. became slaves to religion. No, they were always a Christian band. I don't think the name of the band is Payable on Death. I believe that's a reference to your soul and shit like that.
Yeah, I
Pretty
made
sure-
a reference to that at the beginning of this episode.
What if it's actually payable on delivery and they're just all, they
Ooh.
met at UPS?
In a similar vein, Anselmo Morales from 8 years ago. It's all right, they're Christian. There's nothing wrong with it, but I still rep the dark. You sound cool too.
Dude, that dude's fucking twisted.
That guy's so
Sick.
twisted, dude. He wears a shirt that says "Psych Ward."
Dude,
But then he also has a coexist bumper sticker.
he's seen Joker like 10 times,
Dude, that
man.
guy. Yeah. Oh yeah, he loves Joker. Flair from 5 years ago. I was playing football. There's a kid saying, "You suck," to a kid that was hurt on my team, so I gave him the fucking boom.
Whoa, he just beat a child.
I guess he's also a child, so that's cool.
Oh, I didn't get that part. I thought it was some adult.
No, he says, I was playing football. No, he says, I was playing football, and there was a kid saying, "You suck," to a kid that was hurt on my team.
Wait,
Maybe this happened 20 years ago.
Is the
Oh,
boom
for sure.
violence? Is that what the boom is?
I mean, I think it's Jesus.
yeah, I thought the boom was the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, he
in-
put the-
entrenching your
He put
your-
the
your
Holy
body.
Spirit in him with his fists or something.
With his tackling ability, his
oh yeah,
shoulder tackle.
maybe he just meant on the field. He didn't fight
That's
him.
what
He
I.
just
That's what I assumed.
scored a touchdown
Just
on
was-
him.
he was targeting.
Yeah.
Joan Galvan from 1 year ago. Here come boom. Here come boom. Similar one. Apollo Arrow from 2 years ago. Boom, fuck bitch. Similar one.
That was definitely an adult.
Similar one. Game Ono from 8 years ago. Roar! Boom! Blah, 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 blah! Boom! Winky face.
Man, it really is hard to determine if these are children or adults.
Dude, they're all...
They got to be all
gas-
kids.
They have to be kids.
No, they're
'cause, like,
gas station people.
They're gas huffers, dude.
No, these are the gas station people.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Different than the huffers. These are the ones who
Yeah.
make money off the huffers.
They're slightly above. Not
Yeah.
not by very much, but they're slightly above the huffers.
You trust them to work a fryer. at least.
I love this one. Beauty Frodo from 9 months ago. I'm taking this song with me to the new year. 2020. Can't wait.
No. Here comes
It's your
the
fucking
boom.
fault. The
Here
boom-
comes the boom.
the boom
Ready
hit
or
us.
not.
This is your fault, Beauty Frodo.
The boom has came.
Yeah. Spicy Lemon from 8 months ago. R.I.P. hockey in Atlanta. And for those that don't know, Atlanta used to have a hockey team that has been gone from the city for 9 years. And this was posted 8 months ago.
Maybe they used to play this song at hockey games.
That's what I assume, but it's just funny. It's like, how have you not gotten over this, dude? They left in 2011.
Tell that to Seattle.
Yeah.
Who are still crying about the Supersonics.
Well, they should
yeah.
be. That was an institution. They got fucked out of that.
Longest sustained boo in WWE history is when Elias started shitting on Seattle for having a fucking no professional team, and they just booed him for like 6 or 7
And they
minutes
were right
straight.
to do that.
Absolutely. Jason Sterile from 7 months ago, and I don't normally listen to rap, but I gotta listen to this. This is rap, Jason.
Everybody I know who's like, I don't listen to rap except like maybe like Eminem or Macklemore. Or, like,
Yeah, just
Machine
white
Gun
people.
Kelly
Anybody who's
sometimes.
white.
Like-
Anybody, I know I'm not supposed to like this, but I sort of do if you paint their face like clowns and they're 40 and rap.
EE from 1 year ago. Kids never listen to old music like this. They're always listening to rap. Literally, every kid is soft nowadays.
See, this guy likes metal, not fucking rap.
Rap now is about murdering people and doing lethal combinations of prescription medication. That's way. This is about Jesus.
Now here comes a real. This is a gas huffer. David Crossman from 1 year ago. I went from arachnophobia, 4 arms in Iraq, and a tree with 3 kidney beans. J Street. What fight? You fight? Nah, we don't catch fish. J Street. We just killing time, gators. Spider Bear. You down Indians. You meet Southtown. That's where the flavor is.
At first, I thought it was a freestyle.
That's
over
exactly
the
what I thought. Yeah.
beat, and nothing rhymed or made any lick of sense.
It was just crazy. I got 3 more. Neil Olson from 6 months ago. I was on missions trying to fix up the street when this song was released. Now I'm old and forgetting that my superpowers actually exist. So Neil,
Whenever homeless people go to the library and log
This
onto the
is what they're
computer,
doing.
this is what they're doing.
this is from y'all's neck of the woods. Texas Liberty Advocate Network Action from 3 years ago.
Oh, I know this guy.
He says, of course an ad for the show Lucifer would pop up on this video. Atlantic Records is trying to poison us.
Ad block, brother. Come on.
Yeah.
Wait, is Lucifer even on anymore?
I don't know.
This was written a million
I was going to
years
say,
ago.
it was from 3 years ago, so who knows. And finally, I play RuneScape from 6 months ago. I've been listening since the 90s, and I've been recently tempted on unheard levels, like a voice doubtful of myself, doubting the government's ability to take care of its own. The devil tries harder and harder each time. Ugh, I need a song about that.
Write it, man.
What are you waiting for? No better time than now.
Yeah, you got a lot of time on your hands.
I'm actually kind of on board with him, Wes.
No, I agree. At first, I didn't think I was going to agree, but then I think big picture, me and this guy share a lot of ideas,
Hell yeah.
including the love for this song.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is it going to be a spaghetti-based
this
solo?
is where it gets funky.
Underwater bass? Yeah. That's our jam of the day. That is Boom by Payable on Deck.
What's their other hit single?
Well, you know what's funny? It's Alive.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
literally, these are
Which one was
interchangeable.
that?
It's I feel so alive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
that
Okay,
one
okay.
and their other. Actually, they're kind of a 3-hit wonder. There's this song, there's Alive, and then We Are.
Oh, yeah.
Of a Nation.
Yeah.
they
That's-
kind of
that was my jam back in the day.
they kind of had some hits.
You
man.
put on any alt rock like hits of like rock hits of like
Yeah.
the early 2000s like that those songs will.
Well, I just remember them being on like Ozfest and shit. They were like big. They had their moment.
Yeah. But
And in 2001.
I didn't know they were a Jesus band. I used to be because like as a kid I was like my family was religious, so we were only allowed to listen to like the first album I ever bought was Creed's Greatest Hits. Like,
oh boy, well,
I thought I was in tune.
That's our. That's our jam of the day.
Perfect.
That's Boom by P.O.D. Thank you so much for listening, Daniel. Please tell people where they can find you online.
Hey guys, you can follow me on Twitter at Magden Daniel. You can Instagram's just Daniel Magden. Listen to my podcast, Reefer Sadness. It's
I love that name.
Oh, thank you.
Never change it.
I just kind of complain about my problems for an hour. All
right.
Oh, yeah.
That gambling conversation we just had, I'm going to talk about that for another hour tomorrow.
Sam, where can people find you?
Slam harder on Twitter or the Goods Pod to enter the free Slurpee or free bag of candy contest.
Yeah. We'll put some shit in a bag and send it to you, because I feel like it's just those 2 cards. We'll get like stickers. I'll send you.
Oh,
the
I was
Chris
gonna have
Jericho.
2 different winners.
Oh, 2 different
Two
winners.
different winners.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay. All right.
Dude, this is how we're gonna save the post office
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
by giveaways.
Yeah. Or, by the way, if people are actually interested in, trying to do that, they have money orders at the post office. So if you're like us and you're not allowed to pay your fucking rent with a personal check, and you have to use
I just bought a checkbook too.
Well, they won't. You have to fucking use a cashier's check here or a money order. So I've
bad.
started go to the post office and get a money order.
You can
pay
go to
your
the post office for that?
You can do a money order at the post
Oh,
office.
cool. I might start doing that.
Yeah. So yeah,
Save them.
Save the damn post office.
Give them $1.
But yeah, tweet at us. Whatever we just said to get these things, and then I'll also send you Chris Jericho's book, perhaps. Because I didn't know. I thought you were giving away both at once, and it was one thing.
No,
but
that's
okay.
too much. Nobody can handle that much sugar.
Okay, so there's 2. Okay, that's okay.
I almost used both of those this
Yeah,
morning.
he did. He literally lost money gambling at 5 a.m. and then he woke up like, God, I need to buy a coupon of candy.
I need a Slurpee.
I can't afford it any other way. I still think it'd be funny to take these since they're playing cards to go up and do a magic, like bring your bag of candy to the counter
Yeah.
and pull out the cards, do a magic trick, and then at the end pull out the free coupon and then just hand it to them and walk out.
Well, yeah. So hit us up at the Goods
Just
Pod.
like Chris Angel.
Yeah, except at the end you hand them a coupon and they're just confused.
Hit us up.
They're like, no, that was not my card. That's a coupon for a free small Slurpee.
Yeah, hit us up at the Goods Pod, and actually, better hit up Sam, because I don't understand how this is going to work. But yes, hit up at Slam Harder
Just
at the Goods Pod.
best convenience store related truth
Yeah.
that your soul
Yeah.
can provide us.
Yeah, and we'll get you. One of you is going to get a card, and one of you will get a card and Chris Jericho's
And a
book.
book.
Yes, a
And
lion's tail.
You can flip a coin for who doesn't get the book.
I'll find something to give the person who doesn't get the book. How about that? All right. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. And of course, if you've not done so already, head over to Apple Podcast. If you like the show, please rate, please review, please subscribe, and tell a friend. And we will see